Okay, hello. Very good morning to one another. I'm Dr.SOMA PRATHIBHA, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Information Technology, Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, Chennai, India. Today, I'm going to talk about data analytics and a basic tool called as R language, which is used for performing analytics. So first of all, we'll see what exactly this nature of data, and then we'll move on to data analytics. The facts about data is, we know that in 21st century, data has been the key for any organization. It's like one of the important asset for any organization, and it has been doubling every 2 years. And it is that in the year of 2020, it has reached about 1.7 megabytes of new information is getting generated from in every second by every human being on the planet. And we know the main sources for this is that all the people most of us are nowadays, everyone is using one form or the other form of social media like LinkedIn, YouTube, or you'll have something like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And this is a statistics which is very interesting, and it says that in the year 2006, you can see that the data amount was just 0.16, whereas now it has grown to 40 gigabytes, the volume of data that is getting generated. Now, one more interesting thing that has changed here is the nature of the data. Okay, the data has changed. Like we had initially only structured data. Organizations used to have applications which used to perform the processing on the structured data, like our database and all. That was in the early 2000s or in 1990 or 1980s that we had only database applications. So wherein the data is stored in the form of a table. So it is something like you have some rigidness there. The data has to be stored in the form of a table, rows and columns only. There's no other flexibility given. Okay, so something like if organization wants to store the information about the employees in database, what we do is that we have a set of rows called employees, and each employee data will be represented, each attribute of the employee data will be represented as something like columns. So something like you have you have something attributes, and the attributes may be like rows, the employee name, salary, date of birth. So based on the requirements, you have the columns. Whereas currently the trend is that most of the complex applications require the data either in the form of a semi-structured or in the form of unstructured data. Whatever the data that we have right now is that it is either in the form of semi-structured or unstructured data. And the reason for that is that the data nature that we have is like that. So you may use something like XML or spreadsheets for storing your data. So we know that extensible markup language provides you a feature of like representing, like self-describing. Your data can be self-describing when you are using a semi-structured data. So now when it is unstructured data, there's no rigidness. It's like how the data is getting generated, like that only you are going to store it. So that is basically unstructured data. So you know that, right? For example, when I'm using a Facebook to post something, you cannot say that you have to post by creating a table, you have to row, and in that row only you have to store this data. So like that, if you say, then the usage will be very restricted. So like FB allows us to do anything you can post, correct? So that is what is the need for nowadays. The applications requires the flexibility, and it was observed. One survey says that around 85% of the data that is existing nowadays is of we have what is called as unstructured and semi-structured data. So thereby you can see that this data analysts need to process basically unstructured and semi-structured data. And now, what is data analytics? So the thing is, data analytics is something, as the name itself indicates, like you have large data set and you want to derive something from that by doing analysis. So it's a process of examining and analyzing your raw data set. So thereby you need to get something, this one. So what you are going to get is that you are going to draw conclusions, you are going to derive more informations, and you are going to improve your business, products, and services. So like this is what is the mantra for today's organizations or the companies. They have a large voluminous amount of data. So that data they need to understand. Okay. So when they have to understand, they need certain tools, they need certain models. And that is what is done through data analytics. Now, this is not only used by companies, data analytics is not only used by companies, even data scientists also use this analytics to verify their scientific models and theories on the data sets that are present in the data analytics. Now, the benefits of data analytics, as I was telling, it helps. Main thing is the companies wants to quickly perform the business decisions. If they delay in that one, their competitor will do the decision making and he will be making the profits. So every company has a race to compete with other companies, and they need to have certain things for faster, better decision making, to improve their marketing strategies and for analyzing these products. This is done. One of the major benefits of data analytics helps the organizations for faster, better decision making, helps in quicker marketing and product analysis, helps in cost reduction, and also organization analysis also. Now, where it is used, okay, where this data analytics is used, who have named any industry or any business, the data analytics is currently used there. For example, you have Apollo hospitals using this analytics for their understanding their patients' diseases, their patients' needs, and their infrastructure. They're improving their medical services, improving their services to the patients. The Apollo hospitals are currently using the data analytics. Like that, most of the hospitals in the world today use analytics. Entertainment industries, the OTT platforms like Prime Video, Netflix, any industry needs to understand the viewers' preferences, all those things for their business. So they are also using data analytics. Even the search engines, social media, they also use, it also uses data analytics. The restaurants also use the data analytics. Okay, so it's there in every field. Now, a very important difference you have to understand in here is that what is the difference between a data science and data analytics? These are the things normally people think that they are same. It's not so. Data science basically deals with applying scientific models, methods, understand the knowledge that is hidden in the data sets. Whereas analytics deals with inspecting a data set to identify the knowledge that is available, which will be helpful for the business to improve their sales or improve their services. Now, the process flow, data analytics process flow is the first step. If an organization or a team starts to think of employing data analytics is that they have to first define the goals, why they want to use data analytics, where they want to use data analytics, what they are going to get. So fix a goal, identify the measurable goals. Then you have to list, collect, and extract data from sources. You should know from where your data is getting generated. It may be present in an Excel sheet, it may be present in a, maybe coming as a stream of data, or it may be from a sensor, it will be coming. So we need to identify the source of the data. Next, you'll be applying the data analytics model. And then the next very important thing is that after analysis, whatever the data you get, you cannot, whatever the inference you get, you cannot put it like that only in terms of a numeric values or in terms of a text like that. If you give, the managers will not be able to, or the higher officials will not be able to say what is that. Okay, so very important thing about data analytics is the presenting your results. The presentation is very important. So the presenting your results in the form of graphs, pictorial representation. So that is done with some, that is called as visualization step, and choosing the proper graphs is very important. Next, we have to use the decision making on the whatever the representation you have got. So this is a process flow in data analytics. Next is how you have, whatever these steps are there, no, it's a cyclic in nature. The first thing is discovering your data. So that's what is the first phase. Once the data is discovered, the data is generated, whatever the data available you have, directly you cannot build a model on it. You cannot apply analytics on it. You need to remove a noise from that one. There'll be a lot of noise. You need to cleanse your data. Okay, so that is done in data pre-processing. That is called as data preparation. Once that data pre-processing is done, you have to choose which model you want to use. Lot of models, modeling is available. So you need to choose a proper model, apply that model, build that model, then you use that model, operationalize the model, then you get results, you communicate to your higher officials or managers, they go through the result, and if they are not satisfied, again, you may have to start, they may have certain more things to be added. So it's like a cyclic in nature. Next, very important, different types of data analytics. Yeah, there are 4 major types of data analytics that is available. Here we can see a graph-like structure to classify these data analytics things. The x-axis is complexity and the y-axis is added value contributes. That is, the complexity of descriptive analytics is very less, easy to use analytics model, but it generates a less added value to your data. Whereas if you move to diagnostic analytics, complexity increases, it adds more data, added value. Similarly, predictive analytics has a higher complexity and it adds more data analytics, added value to your data model. And highest is prescription analytics, wherein you have lots of complexity is there in using this prescriptive analytics modeling. But at the same time, it gives a lot of insights, additional informations about your data. Next, we'll see one by one. The descriptive analytics, a very simple analytics mechanism, as the name indicates. Here, if we have some data, let us say I have a data about sales of 4 products, A, B, C, D. So what I do is in descriptive analytics is I just summarize that data. Okay, in A, what was the sales? B, what was there? C, total sales was what? D, total sales was that. So you just describe the data. You'll be applying like on the historical data, you'll just perform summarization or aggregation to get your results. So just adds aggregated information, not more than that. So like here you can see each product, what is the sales data is there. Next, we have diagnostic analytics, wherein you drill down the data. That is, like if in the previous case we just did what we just did A, B, C, D, what of that. Now in diagnostics, you will go still deeper. You see that A is not doing good. A has a very less sales. Why? What happened? Where it has gone down. So that drilling down is done in diagnostic analytics. It is find out why it has happened. Okay. Now we have what is called as predictive analytics. Next one is predictive analytics. As the name indicates, here we build a model such a way that you also identify the predictions for future. That is, in the business, it's very important, correct? Today they are in this position, they also need to know how they will be in 2-3 months, what products they need, what needs to be launched, where it has to be launched, which customers they have to target to stay in the business. They have to do that one. Future prediction is also very important. The predictive analytics, they do this. Okay, they build a model, they apply machine learning to get the prediction. So that is what is predictive analytics, which is more complex than your previous two analytics. And the last and the highest complex analytics is prescriptive analytics. Here, it's something like when you go to a doctor, when you are not well, we go to physicians, they will examine us and they will also say to recover soon. After examining, they will also give us a prescription. That prescription says like what I need to take, which medicines I need to take, and apart from medicines, what are the things that I need to eat and all those things, correct? So that will put me after some time, I'll get soon or I'll be all right. Similarly, in prescriptive analytics, if your prediction says that something is not doing well, something is not there in its place, you need to take certain actions. So what actions we have to take? How to optimize? What kind of decisions you have taken, analyzing this decision, everything is done through prescriptive analytics, which is the highest form of analytics. Like game theory and advanced machine learnings are used here to perform the analysis. And basically the outcome is that it provides you recommended actions and reports. So with this, I'll complete my lecture of today. We'll see in the next lecture about what exactly the tools that we have and how we can perform the data in 4 different types of analytics. Thank you.